we are the
Coffeevaners.
So we're going to give you a quick roundup on 2020 because it's been a bit of a strange year, I guess, hasn't it, for all of us?
A very strange year.
A very, very strange year. So we started off and we weren't into caravanning at all. In fact, we wanted to have our 3 4-star all-inclusive holidays a year, and we had a routine.
We went away in March, we went away in July, and we went away in October, all-inclusive holidays, just to go and chill out. This year, we went to Turkey in March and just got down before lockdown. Then what happened?
And that was our thing. We've done it for about 10 years now. We've had a week or so in March, and then 2 to 3 weeks in July, and then another couple of weeks in October. Purely because that's what fit in with work. So we weren't into caravanning. It wasn't. It was in the past, you know, when we were a lot younger. But we kind of got into this. You know, we'd just do our sort of lay on the beach for a week, do a lot of walking, and basically come back and then recharge and get back to work. But this year's been really different. So we sort of January to March was kind of normal, and we had our March holiday, didn't we? We went out to Turkey, went out to Sea Day, which was absolutely fabulous. Don't get us wrong; it's at the start of the year, so it wasn't particularly warm or anything, but we had.
It was nice enough. We had shorts on, and we just got down as they put us in to lockdown.
We literally got back 2 days before Turkey closed the border and everybody had to get out. So we came back, and then we're at work for what, 2 weeks?
Yes.
Before Boris announced his great everybody's got to stay at home thing.
No, the thing was, Alan had to work because he was a key worker. He put me on lockdown till August the 2nd.
Yeah, because Ali's in the shielding back category. So March through to August was kind of just stay at home. And can you see down here? Jazz, come here. Come here. Just come here. Come on.
Wait.
Come on.
This is our Jazz.
This is Jasmine. Say hello, Jasmine. Say hello, Jasmine. Jasmine's our shepherdor. And and there's the other one. Let's see if we can bring the other one. Come on, Mia.
Oi, Mia.
Come Mia. Come on.
Oi.
She's a Siberian Husky, so she basically does whatever she wants, and takes note of you when she wants to take note of you. But Jazz is a shepherdor, so she's a cross between a white German Shepherd and a Labrador, which means we've got a total nutter that does what she's told some of the time, but not all of the time. Will pretty much chase anything that you let her off the lead to chase, which includes predominantly at the moment carrots. She's got this thing for carrots. But anyway, that's Jazz. But yeah, so we went into lockdown, and now being in the children category, we'd said bye-bye to the whole of the summer. And so, Jazz, come on, sit down, sit down, sit down. So basically, we said goodbye to the whole of the summer with Al being in the shielding category, and it got to July, and the lockdown was kind of lifted a little bit. So we
no, we didn't. Alan was looking at caravans, right, not me.
Alan was thinking we're not gonna have the sort of holidays we had before. It's not gonna change. We're not gonna go back to the normality we used to. So I started thinking we were both caravanners back in our 20s and 30s. So why not look at what we've got? The problem was the car we'd got. So I spent a lot of time researching, and I did a lot of driving round while Ali was stuck in the house, and eventually persuaded her to go and have a look at this caravan, not a million miles away, and we bought it. And to be honest, you kind of were back at work from August, which was kind of, you know, getting back to some level of normality. I worked all the way through the lockdowns, and things kind of continued.
First week away in September, but I was still at work.
Yeah.
With your shift pattern, you were off. So you put the caravan on the site. You were picking me up from work and running me to work because it was a CL site. And it was really nice. Relaxed.
It was nice to get away from the normal, from being stuck in the house for basically 6 months. Because with Ali shielding, I felt obliged to stay around the place rather than, you know, going and doing the normal stuff. Because prior to that, anyone who follows me on Instagram, and that's Al's World in 360, and I'll stick the link below, people see that I did a lot of walking. I kind of did a lot of 360 photography and generally took pictures around County Durham where we live, and that all kind of stopped because I felt really guilty that Ali was absolutely stuck in the house. She wasn't seeing her son, her daughter, her grandchildren. There was nobody, was there? We literally seen nobody. We had the front garden and the back garden, and that was basically it. And that was really the main reason for buying the caravan, was so we could get away, but stay away from people, but still have a break and still kind of enjoy ourselves in one way, shape or form.
Yeah, that's why we didn't go on big sites. It was little sites for me, so I know I'm safe.
Yeah, we had a cracking trip down to Lincolnshire, didn't we?
Yes,
that was absolutely. The road, don't get us wrong, the road took her up once we got close to the site, and
the site was lovely.
But the site was absolutely fabulous because it was literally the first time we'd had this year where we could sit down and actually relax. We put the awning up and did a little video on that about the Van Gogh awning. But once we'd actually got on the site and got set up, it was the first time we turned off, wasn't it?
Yes.
And that's what I can't understand about these lockdowns and these tier 1, 2 and 3s and all the rest of it, about not opening caravan sites. Purely because we were sort of 6 metres one side to the next camper van, 6 metres the other side to a caravan. We were using totally our own facilities, and I'm thinking, why on God's earth are the government not allowing these places to open? It was proper isolation, wasn't it?
Yes, and it was a tranquil park.
It was one of the tranquil parks, wasn't it? So
it was adult only, which was brilliant. You've got no children running about, so it was really, really gorgeous. And the people who owned it were lovely. Couldn't do enough for you.
And I still can't understand it now, even after this second lockdown, that we're now in tier 3 and we're stuck in County Durham. You know, my father's 90, coming towards 90-year-old, and he's over in Lancashire, and they're in tier 3. And we can't spend a little bit of time even in the open air, you know, or even go and see him, because we can't stay anywhere. We can't even get on a caravan site or anything like that. It's a bit frustrating, is the thing, isn't it?
Which we were hoping they would give us tier 2, and they would go in tier 2, so we could travel down and see him, and us go on a caravan park and spend the night there, or a couple of nights. But Boris has buggered it all up, so we're having Christmas at home. We've been bar humbugs, no decorations up. That's my choice, because I've got no kids, no grandchildren coming for Christmas dinner, just me and Alan. So I thought I'd be a bar humbug this year and make it really better next year for them.
Yeah, so it's been a strange year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But saying that, since we've got the caravan, it's actually been a good move, hasn't it?
Yes.
Because when we bought it, we actually thought we'd maybe only get away for a short period of time, and we have actually managed to get away for 6 trips.
Yeah.
Which has amounted to all for a month.
Wait, you could say 7 trips, because Alan had to go for a test because somebody tested positive where he works, so he had to isolate for 14 days.
Yeah.
So guess where he isolated? Me in the house, Alan in the caravan on the drive. So really, he's done 7 trips, I've done 6.
Yeah, so it's been of use, and we don't regret buying it.
No.
We actually are hoping that once this tier thing starts to sort itself out and people start getting injections, and because you're shielding, you've been told you're in trench 3.
Tarrier 3. So I should be January to get my injection.
Yeah, so
which we're keeping our fingers crossed for.
So they're doing the old people and doing the healthcare and doing the nurses and all the rest of it. And the next people are those that are classed as extremely vulnerable. So hopefully Ali will get her injection then, and we'll be able to start thinking about mixing with people again, because it's been absolutely awful this year, hasn't it?
Yes.
We've seen very few of our friends. None of the family.
No.
In fact, your son's got COVID at the moment.
Yes, he's a policeman. He's got COVID. He's tested positive, but that's his job.
So we're not going to see them over Christmas or the New Year, really, are we? It's going to be a case of sort of dropping things at the door and moving away. It's been a really strange year, but we can't really complain, can we?
No, because we've had a couple of times away in the caravan, which was nice and relaxing, and there wasn't a lot of people there, which made me feel safe because of my health problems.
There's also the thing when we're actually looking for the caravan. I started. I've been on YouTube Premium for a while, and that was thanks to a student at the place where I work, and I'll drop the link into her YouTube channel. But she basically pestered the life out of the majority of students to actually join YouTube Premium because she was an ambassador, and I did the same. So I'll drop a link into her channel. But once I kind of got that YouTube Premium, I started to, and we were thinking about getting a caravan, or I was starting to look for one. I started looking at all the YouTube channels and specifically searching on caravanning in the UK, and there's a boatload of absolutely amazing people. And we could start with Dan Trudgeon, we could talk about Oliver at Caravan with the Coxes, and all these people. I'll drop a link in the description below, because there's some absolutely fantastic people, even the motorhoming people. And one of the there's 2 really. The first was a man after my own heart, was a guy called Simon Smith, who's based over in Lancashire. He's got his little Contiki, and I'll stick the link down below for that. But also for John and Mandy, because they're not too dissimilar to our age, and we watch. We sit, because we're addicted to coffee. We come down in the morning and we don't do anything till we've had a coffee and a smoke, because that's our ordinary thing. And we sit down and watch sort of Gadget John and John and Mandy on their van chats, don't we? So in doing that, John and Mandy have been sort of instrumental into why we actually bought the caravan, and the sort of love of the great outdoors, but also the reason why I got the drone.
Oh, the drone.
Should we talk about the drone?
I'll talk about the drone. The drone. He'd been looking it up for weeks, and he kept telling me the price, and I kept thinking, we don't need to spend the money on that. We can get some else, we can do something else, we can do this, we can do that. And he went on and on and on about the drone. So in the end, me gives in to his drone. So if you look, you've got the picture of him flying the drone. I have never been out with him. Guess what? Today, he got me to go for a walk with him while he flew the drone. And it was absolutely freezing.
But it was the same when I got the 360 camera. I'm kind of into my gadgets, so Gadget John is
He's a gadget
man after my own heart, to be honest. And John and Mandy have, in their channel, whilst they're living full time in a van, so it's totally different to us. We kind of associate a lot with what they're doing. So in myself, and I'm into my gadgets, I'm into Alexa. Speak quietly because she's just gone blue over. She's gone blue over in the corner. That we have kind of this smart home where everything's organised via, sort of speak to the box or she who shall not be named, and the gadgets that John has been speaking about and about the off-grid stuff and things like that have been absolutely amazing. So we've got a lot to thank from the experience that they've had, that they've kind of spoke to us about. And I've got to say that there's other people, isn't there? Martin the Caravan Nut, Graham Caravan Vlogger, we've had a few conversations with him. And
it sounds like a mosquito following you when you're walking behind you.
It's all right once it gets about 30 foot up in the air. You can't hear it
like
at all. It's all right. And the footage, I think, is absolutely super. Don't get us wrong, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Well, it's literally, all the kids have no idea, isn't it?
Tell you what, if you think I've done the right thing, give us a vote. Give them a no.
yeah.
There you go.
Subscribe if you like the drone, and thumbs down twice if you don't. Don't thumbs down once. Thumbs down twice so it disappears.
So there you go.
But yeah, so it's been a really interesting year, hasn't it?
Weird. Very interesting. Weird.
And then in August, end of August, when we'd arranged to pick up the caravan, I set up the YouTube channel and the Twitter account, and that just went crazy, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because I'd had Twitter with other stuff that I'm doing with work and things that I'm doing in the local area, but we'd never really had YouTube, had we?
No, never done YouTube.
And YouTube was kind of totally, I won't say totally new to us, because we'd had things, camera gear, the gimbal, the 360 cam, the Canon camera, tripods and all this sort of stuff, and the microphones. We'd had to do stuff just to kind of record stuff for the grandkids and for family and things like that. So we were kind of okay with all the camera gear. But YouTube was kind of totally different, wasn't it?
Something,
and what we can't we're absolutely amazed by is that we're 3 months in. I just had a quick look before we started this video, and we've had nearly 500 views a month on our videos, and we've nearly 60 subscribers. 58, I think we've got at the moment. 57, 58, there or thereabouts.
So we're getting there.
And it's like, what's that all about? We're kind of normal, average people doing normal, average jobs, kind of doing our own thing, and we're absolutely humbled that people want to follow us, and we're doing it purely for the fun of doing it, not really for any other reason. We're never going to make a living out of YouTube, are we?
No, we're going to have our jobs till we retire.
We're too daft, too stupid, and not business orientated. So we're never going to make a living out of YouTube.
So all of you who have a look, thank you from us.
Yeah, we really appreciate you watching our channel, because we really are doing it for the love and the fun of what we've got involved in. It's been fantastic, hasn't it?
We just crackers.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's cheese. I'm crackers, by the way.
Yeah. Right. There's not really a lot else to say. It's just been a really strange year. We hope 2021 is going to be different. We hope we haven't met any of the people who follow us, any of the people who we've spoke to. We absolutely love a massive amount of YouTubers and the channels that they do, from Carefree Caravanners to the Trudgeons to the Caravan Nut to the Van Lifers, John and Mandy, Gap Year 2020.
Yeah.
There's Motorhome Madness. There's a million people that we absolutely love and adore watching. And I think Darren's Motorhome Mondays was amazing. Why you stop that? I know he's busy with work and lots of other things, but Darren's Motorhome Mondays have been great. And we really have enjoyed just watching YouTube and watching what the caravanners and the van lifers have been doing, haven't we? It's been fantastic.
Got some good tips off them.
We've got some amazing tips, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we haven't done some of the things, you know. We've seen like Hitch Up and Tow.
Yeah.
I've done some great stuff about what you can do with the sort of upgrades you can do in the van. Martin Caravan Nuts done some great stuff. So has Dan Trudgeon about especially things with solar and things like that. But there's lots of things we're seeing. We haven't chose to do them, but what we've done is maybe think about what we can do alongside of those. Like we've not installed extra USBs. What we've done is installed USB hubs, isn't it?
Yes.
So the plugs into because our caravan thankfully has got loads of 230 volt sockets, and when we never go off grid, we've actually used them sockets to plug in USB hubs that were routed around the caravan, haven't we? And I think with John and Mandy, Mandy must be clairvoyant with us, because the coffee maker is an absolute must. We cannot live without a coffee maker.
Machine.
If we didn't have the Nespresso machine, we wouldn't be able to survive, would we?
And
regardless,
he hasn't got much.
He's not ever got, but regardless of the amount of gas you've got, we've got to have 240 volt hookup, and we've got to have enough power to power that coffee machine, because we go through on average about 130 coffee pods a month, don't we?
Yes.
Which just seems a ridiculous amount. Totally addicted to coffee, aren't we?
That's why we like this caffeine addict.
Yeah, it keeps you going, doesn't it?
Yes, really.
Anyway, we're gonna call
Another thing is, before you call it quits, sleep pads.
Sleep pads?
On the front doorstep, so you don't bring mud in.
Oh, right, yeah. We've just got to mention one last thing. For any caravaner who's got an awning, who caravans all year round, and this has got to be an absolute must, hasn't it? And we gathered this from, I can't remember who was talking about. They were talking about puppy pads, weren't they?
Yes, my daughter says nappy night pads.
Nappy night pads. These are an absolute must. They protect the carpets in the caravan no end, don't they?
Yes.
And baby nappy night pads that they put on the beds for children that can't go all night are absolutely perfect. And they're just the right size. They're about 18 inches square, and they just go perfectly, don't they? Just inside the. So when you come in with your wet or your muddy boots, there's just enough of a square to take your shoes off and put your slippers on, or your flip flops, or whatever you're putting on in the van, to absolutely eliminate the grass, the mud, the grit, or anything else that comes around the caravan. They're absolutely brilliant, aren't they?
Yes.
So yeah, there
we go then.
Anyway, right, we're going to call it quits. We're going to wrap it all up. We want to say a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, everyone who watched our video. The 85% who don't subscribe, please consider it. Links just over there somewhere, I think, or maybe over here. It's somewhere below. Please consider subscribing. We've loved making the videos.
Yes, we have.
We've loved the conversations on not just YouTube, but on Twitter and Instagram with like-minded people. We absolutely adore the life, and next year we hope it's
going to be a better year for all of us. So we're going to go. Wish you all a Merry Christmas and best wishes for 2021. Let's hope it's a better year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy Christmas, guys.
Bye.
Take care. Ta-da.
Bye.